Hi, welcome. Welcome to another week of our chair yoga video. So I'm recording this today on Tuesday. I started the week off very organized and I even recorded the session already yesterday, but for some reason, unfortunately, the video failed. So I get to practice twice this week, which is kind of nice. It always feels nice to move. So today I've decided to come back to the studio. So I'm recording here from our yoga studio in Blackheath village, which is lovely and cozy and nice and bright. And the sun is even making an appearance, which is quite nice, to be fair. So I hope you're well. For today's session, we need, as always, our usual setup, comfortable chair. I've got a chair without arms. You might prefer one with arms. I've also got a little blanket under my feet, which is not so much to give me height, but just to give my feet some coziness because I really hate cold feet. I've also got some water ready, just in case I need it. And for today's session as well, we will need something resembling a belt. So I've got a yoga belt here, so the ones that you might be familiar with, which we're using in our chair yoga classes. But if you are at home and don't have a yoga belt, which most people don't, then grab a dressing gown belt, a piece of fabric, a belt, a scarf, something that you can use instead. And then let's get comfortable. Just feeling a little bit scratchy as opposed to a cough, I promise. That's better. Good. So come and sit back on your chair. And move your feet a little bit further away from the belt for now. You can just place that on the back of your chair, let it hang off the back of the chair so we can grab it later. Push the feet a little bit away from the body. And then take a few moments to shuffle, to find a comfortable position. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the palms facing upwards and draw them slightly closer in towards your body. And notice as we do that, the shoulders automatically begin to sink down away from the ears. Closing the eyes if you feel comfortable, or if not, just take a low gaze down to yourself so we can take a moment to center. Let's take a slow breath in, and then a big sigh out through the mouth. Soothe again, inhale, and a gentle sigh. One more time, inhale, and a sigh, let it go. And then take a few moments to let yourself arrive here on your chair, wherever you are in your home. Let's see if you can allow any distractions that may be near you drift away. Distractions, maybe sounds. So become aware of any sounds you can hear. And let's see if you can identify them without getting too involved with them. Starting telling yourself about the neighbor's dogs or noise you can hear from outside, cars going past. And then take a slow inhale and a gentle sigh to let it go. And then notice if there are any other distractions near you. So since you are in your home, we quite often default to our homemaker routine. So writing to-do lists in our head of the things we have to do or the things we should have done. So anything that may be on your mental to-do list, the washing up, the laundry, thinking of some shopping, some lunch, your next cup of coffee. Again, notice those thoughts. They're not your enemy. They are there to keep us alive as humans. The brain is a really marvelous thing, but every now and then we just want to calm it down a little. And let those thoughts drift away and instead begin to notice your physical body here, the most tangible of anchors that we have in our yoga practice. Notice the weight of your body sinking down into the chair. Notice the soles of the feet resting down, whether you're without shoes or wearing shoes. Notice the weight sinking down into the surface beneath you. And then notice the weight of your seat settling down into your chair. So that sensation of gravity pulling you down into the earth. And finally, notice the contact of your back with the chair behind you. See if you can soften a little bit, soften the belly. And finally, see if you can allow your hands to get a little bit heavier, letting your arms rest down into your lap. Just enjoying these few moments of letting yourself sit here, giving yourself this permission to rest. Nothing else to do right now than to notice these pressure points of your body with the surface beneath yourself. And allow the awareness to settle in on your breath. Noticing the inhalation and the exhalation. Just a gentle rise and fall in the body as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out. Notice the speed of your breath and notice the depth of your breath. So not needing to change it or adjust it in any way, just observing what is. Notice if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, or is it both? Now let's deepen our breath ever so slightly. So on the next inhale, bring a little bit more air into the body. And slowing down the exhalation likewise. Let's do that again. Inhaling, bring a little bit more air in. It's almost like we're waking up the body from the inside, finding a bit more space in our rib cage, in our chest. And then let it go. Breathe out. And the next inhale, find a little wriggle through your fingers and toes. And still with your eyes closed, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling and give yourself a big stretch from side to side. And then allow the palms to come back down into your lap. We're not moving on yet. Keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable. And let's release a little bit into the neck. Draw the chin down to the chest. Let the head get heavy. Release the back of the neck. And then draw the chin over towards your right shoulder. So start slowly in this little neck stretch. Resting there, so feeling sensation of space being created on the left side of your neck. We want to make space here between the ear, the tip of our ear, and the tip of our shoulder. If you want a bit more, you can extend the left fingertips away from the body, reach them down. If you want a little bit more, what might feel quite nice is to take your right hand, place it onto the side of the neck, and give your neck a little rub. Just a gentle little rub, noticing if there's any tension points, any tightness, any little knobbly bits. There definitely are for me. And then release. So release the right hand back onto your lap, the left hand back onto the lap, and draw the chin back down to center. So we're still letting the head hang heavy. Just give it a moment of rest. And then draw the chin over towards your left shoulder. And resting here once more, just for a moment. So the eyes are still closed. Notice how that side feels compared to the other side. And then if you want a little bit more, extending the right fingertips away from the body down towards the earth. Making that space, if you're right-handed, this probably feels tighter than it did on the other side. And if you want to take your left hand to your neck and give your neck a little squeeze, it feels really nice. It feels nice if somebody else does it for us. But in times of need, you've always got your own hands here for a little bit of support. So notice how this side feels compared to the other side. And then release both hands, draw back into the lap. Let the head come back to center and then slowly rolling up into an upright position. And then gently, gently blink the eyes open. As hard as it seems after these few moments of allowing yourself to rest. Good. And if you want to, either stay seated where you are, so allowing the back to stay rooting into the back of the chair, or you can shuffle yourself away from the chair. Good. Right. It's getting warm in here, so I'm going to take one layer off. So always make sure that you feel comfortable at home. You can always pause this video. So that is one of the benefits of having a little video. You can pause, you can do whatever you need to. And then walk your feet underneath the knees. So feet and knees are in line, checking that you're nice and upright here. Take the hand to the lower belly for a moment. Close the eyes and let's see if we can find a sense of activation here. So activating through our bandhas, our core, this energy center that we use in our practice to create heat, to create stability, and to allow the posture to sit a bit more easily. So there's a sensation of drawing in and up. So the pelvic floor gently lifts and then the lower belly draws back towards the spine. And this is a very slight activation. So we're not squeezing, we're not holding. It's not the kind of sensation as if you're just trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet. If you need to go to the toilet, just pause the video, hop to the toilet and come back. Nobody will ever know. It's just to provide a little bit of lift here through the center. And you might notice as we have this activation through the core, it feels like the spine is sitting a little bit taller, a little bit more proudly, just automatically. Magical. Good. Blink the eyes open if they're closed. Release the fingertips by the side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the palms down. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, reach it high. So we've got a little focus on our shoulders in this morning session. So we're just beginning to slowly warm up here into the spine, into the rib cage, reaching up 1 more time. Maybe allow the gaze to lift. And then draw the palms down through heart center. Good. Let's add a little twist. Bring the right hand over onto the left knee. Left arm behind you. Lift and lengthen. And then exhale, find a little rotation over the left shoulder. Let's flow in and out of the pose. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Actually, 1 more. We don't want to go too fast, so make this your last one. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, swap sides. So straight away, bring your left hand over into the right knee, right arm behind you. Lift and lengthen. And then exhale, gentle rotation. Inhaling again, back to center. And exhaling, rotating a little bit more. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Inhaling back to center. And then release. Good. Let's find a side body stretch. Left hand stays on the left knee, right arm reaches up and away, growing tall. Keep both sitting bones rooted evenly and then sink it over towards the left, finding a stretch here, running down the side of the body. Keep the top shoulder soft. If this is too strong for your shoulders, the arm can be in front of the body, or just keep it resting down. And you can still feel that little side body stretch. Inhaling back to center. And then exhaling, swapping sides. So right arm comes down, left arm reaches high, growing tall. And then exhale, sink it over to the side, grounding down through your left sitting bone. Breathe deeply. And then exhale slowly. Again, modify here if you need to. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, let the hands come down. Shrug the shoulders back and down a few times. So if you have tight shoulders or issues with your shoulders, this morning session is going to be your favorite. Just joking. We are working a little bit more on the shoulders as I threatened kindly. So just a word of warning that if your shoulders are not happy today, then don't force them. Any postures, any movements that I offer, if it doesn't work for you, let it go. Just take a break, modify. You can always tone it down a little bit to make it work for you. So for the next part, we need to move a little bit more into the shoulder joints before we bring more strengthening activities there. Bring the fingertips onto the shoulders. Inhale, draw the elbows together. Exhaling back and down. Let's do this a few times. Start slowly and make it a really nice big movement. Inhale and exhale. Excuse me. Seems like I've swallowed a frog. I'm not sure if that saying exists in English. It does in German. If you have a scratchy throat, you say that you swallowed a frog. And then release. And then draw the shoulder blades together. Lift the elbows up. And then exhaling back and down. 2, another 3, 4 times. Notice how that feels. And remember, any pinching, any sharp pain, ease right out of that out of those movements. Last one. And exhale, release. Whew. Already noticing that heat that we've started to build. And now it's time to bring our belt. So if you have an actual belt with a metal buckle, make sure you hold on to close to the metal buckle side so we don't have that swinging around near your face. Take the arms nice and wide, and we're going to start with a little rotational movement. So we're opening a bit more into the shoulders, inhaling, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, we're going to sink it over to the side, roll the arms forwards, and then inhaling back. Good. Feel free to watch me for a few rounds and then try and copy this movement. So rotational movement where we're opening into the side of the body, front of the body, and the back of the body. And there's not really a wrong or right way to do this. So you can modify, so you can make the movement smaller, you can make it bigger if you want to. Yeah. Then notice how using our little belt here as a prop, we can move a lot more deeply into these tender, tight bits around our shoulders, around the side of the body. Good. So we're going to swap sides. You might need to take a little pit stop here before we move on to the other side to let any heat or discomfort in the shoulders disappear. And then moving into the other side. So just see whenever you're ready. And remember, if it doesn't work for you, you can just sit this one out. We're not going to just work on shoulders today, so don't worry. Good. Let's make this our last rotation. And then exhaling, bring the arms back down. Let's give them a moment of rest. Close the eyes, take a slow breath in. And then sigh it out. 2 more inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good. And then blink your eyes open. So for the next part, we're going to move the belt over our right shoulder. Careful with the metal bit, especially if you have a metal chair as well. So just let it drape over your shoulders and grab hold of the belt with your right hand. And we're going to start by taking our right arm out to the side, internally rotating it. So that means we're going to draw the thumb down towards the floor and then begin to swing it back behind you. So I'm going to turn around in a moment so you can see where we're going. We're going to reach the arm back. And depending on where your shoulders are, this might be enough for you. So just letting the arm rest behind you. If you want to, you can also grab hold of that belt that's hanging over your shoulders. And then from here, if you have more space, I'm going to turn around a bit more so you can see a bit better. You may want to begin to draw the right elbow up towards the ceiling and then begin to walk the fingertips slightly closer together on your belt. Good. So from the front, it looks somewhat like this, or a variation thereof. If it doesn't feel good to have that right elbow lifted, just let it rest down and then walk the shoulder blades together. And then gently draw the head back and send a couple of deep breaths here into the outside edges of the shoulders. So we are stretching here into all the tissue around our shoulders. And we want to do so gently. So as always, listening out for pain, especially sharp pain, discomfort. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Good. And then slowly come out. So you need to just come out slowly, releasing those top elbow down. Let the arms come forwards and then give them a moment of rest. Notice how that feels. If it felt okay, if you want to try on the other side, we now just need to move the belt over onto the left shoulder. So let it dangle down the left shoulder. Grab hold with your left hand of the top of the bit that's hanging across the front, and then extend the right arm out to the side, internally rotating. So turn the thumbs down, wrap the arm behind you. And again, maybe grabbing hold of that belt that's hanging behind you. And this might be enough. So this is really where you might want to stay and just work on that deep breath. You can probably still already feel that stretch on the outside edge of the shoulders. If you want more, draw the left shoulder up to the ceiling, the left elbow up to the ceiling, and begin to walk your fingertips a little bit closer. Good. Gently draw the head back, finding a nice upright position. The lower belly stays active. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. Inhaling one more time. And exhale, release, let go of the belt. And then slowly release the arm. Let it come down by the side, soften the shoulders, take a slow inhale. And exhale. Good, let's shrug the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then drop the shoulders down. Do that one more time, inhaling for 3, 2, 1, and release. Lovely. And place the belt somewhere in the back of the chair. We're not quite done with it yet. We're going to use it again in just a moment. But first, let's begin to warm up through the feet. So begin to lift your left heel and your right heel and just walk out your feet. Good. Just we begin to warm up through the lower part of the legs here. So I don't know about you, but my feet, as my hands, they're getting quite cold in this weather out there. I'm more a summer person. Actually, I'm more sort of a late spring person. Too hot weather is not great for me either. Good. Walk it out a few times until you feel that your calf muscles are warming up. And you can probably already feel that. I can. Just to encourage the blood to already flow all the way down to the toes. And then lower it back down. Good. Sitting up nice and straight. Good. We're going to grab hold of the belt once more. And then bring it down. We're going to hook it underneath the sole of the left foot. And then walk your hands down to about knee height is probably a good place to start with. Check that the belt is towards the ball of the foot, so towards the front of the foot, towards the toes. That's just going to give you a better stretch as we move further forwards. Take an inhale, check that your lower back is nice and strong, and I'm going to move sideways so you can see a little bit better. And on the next exhale, we're going to kick the leg away, see if you can extend it out. If you can't, don't worry, it doesn't have to be fully lifted, it doesn't have to be fully straight. If you can, see if you can extend it out and then hug the elbows in. If you have started to do this, then come and sit up again, draw in through the lower belly and hug the elbows back. So we're using our arms as a little bit of support. So our shoulders are getting a bit of a workout here. But check that the shoulders are hugged back into their socket. So if it feels like you're hunching forward, can you draw them back in? Good. Flexing the toes back towards the face a little bit and draw up through the right kneecap. So this pose does 2 things. Actually, it does many things. We're first of all strengthening through our core. And I'm sure you can feel that little shiver here through the center as we're lifting through the core, the lower belly, the pelvic floor, nice and active. We're also stretching through the back of the extended leg, and we're giving our shoulders a little bit of a workout. And we're already on our last breath. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. And exhale, release the leg, release the belt. And then just for a moment, just let go of the hands because it feels quite strong grabbing hold of something. Maybe rotate out the hands. And then let's swap sides. Bring the belt onto the ball of the opposite foot, so your right foot or my right foot. Walk the hands down. So about knee height feels quite good. And again, before you go anywhere further, can you zip up here through the center? So zip up is maybe not the right word, but can you find that little lift through the center, through the core? And then as you inhale, we're sitting up a little bit straight. And as you exhale, we're kicking that leg away from the body. Hug the elbows back. And then take a moment. Remember, you can have the leg lower. It can be slightly bent. Check that you are active here through the front of the leg. So you're drawing your right kneecap up a little bit. So as we're engaging for the front of the right knee, right leg, the back of the right leg can have a bit of a bigger stretch. Allow the toes to gently be drawn back. And you can probably feel this quite strongly here in the back of the calf muscle. Good. Shoulder blades hug back. The shoulders are drawn back into their socket. We're sitting up nice and straight. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. Last 2. And exhale. Last breath in. And exhale, release, bending the knee, lower the leg. Let go of the belt. You can prop that to the side. We're done with it now. And give your hands a good shake. Rotate them out. Let any strain from grabbing hold of this belt disappear. And then let your hands come back onto your knees. Close the eyes. Take a slow breath in. And a gentle sigh out. Slow inhale. And exhale. And then take one more in your own time. And exhale. And then let your breath settle back at whatever rhythm feels good for you right now. And if you are in the mood to join me for a round of our sun salutation. And if you know the sequence, feel free to keep your eyes closed. If not, gently blink the eyes open and just take a little peek. Release the fingertips. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the arms down. So combining all these movements that we've just done into one breath-led sequence. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, draw the palms down. One more time, inhale. And exhaling, lowering the hands onto the knees. Inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the heart, coming into cat posture. Exhaling, tuck the chin to the chest. Good, one more time. Inhaling, draw the chest forward, lift. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold forwards onto our knees. You can leave the elbows on the knees. If not, release all the way down to the earth. Crown of the head hangs heavy. Take an extra breath in here. And a slow breath out. Inhaling, reaching the right fingertips up to the ceiling. Or come into a little half twist like I am demonstrating here. Exhaling, lowering back down. Drawing the left arm up or bring it up onto your knees for half twist. Exhale to release. Inhale, slide the hands back up the legs. Draw the chest forward, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Release the fingertips, inhale, growing tall. And as you exhale, draw the palms through heart center. Allow the eyes to close. And then release the hands onto the knees. Take a slow breath in. And a gentle sigh out. Slow breath in. And a sigh out. And then one more inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to rest here for a few moments. Notice how you feel. If you're in the mood to do another round or two of sun salutations, just pause this video, take a couple of rounds in your own time, and then come and join us again. If you have had enough for today, slowly begin to shuffle yourself back on your chair so the whole spine can release back into the back of the chair, and gently push the feet away from the body. This is a good point to get cozy, so putting on any extra layers, socks, maybe placing an extra blanket over your legs, so we are super comfortable for our relaxation. Allow the eyes to close, take a slow breath in. And then a sigh out through the mouth. Slow breath in again. And sigh out. And take one more in your own time. And sigh it out. And allow yourself to get heavy. Allow any effort to leave your body. Any muscular effort can just drift away. Allowing the breath to flow in and out of the body without any need to control it anymore. And then let the awareness sink down into the sole of your right foot. Releasing through the top of the right foot, the right toes, right ankle, lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, and the right side of your hip. So letting the whole right side of the body hang a little bit heavier. Releasing through the sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left toes, ankle, lower leg, left knee, left upper leg, and left side of your hip. Releasing through your lower belly. Soften into the lower back, middle back, upper back, to the right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the right hand, palm of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing across the chest, into the left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing all the way up the neck, across the throat. Soften the jaw, tongue, cheeks, nose, eyes, and forehead. And for a few moments, allow yourself to rest here, letting yourself feel truly heavy. And if your mind is wandering off, it's giving you tasks to do or wants to engage with distractions, then notice that. So just notice when you get distracted and then bring the awareness back. And slowly begin to notice again any sounds around you. Begin to notice the breath. And then deepen your breath slowly, drawing in a little bit more air into the body. Before inviting little wriggle through your fingers and your toes. Gentle little wriggles, making those wriggles a little bit bigger. And on the next inhale, take the fingertips away from the body, up towards the ceiling or straight ahead, and find a stretch that works for you to wake up the body, ready for a beautiful day ahead of you. And then allow the palms to sink down through heart center into Anjali Mudra, our hand gesture that signifies kindness and compassion. If there's one thing we all need right now, is a big, big dose of kindness. And send yourself a sense of gratitude. Thank yourself for taking the time, making the effort in your day to practice. Let's honor that, honor our bodies and, of course, each other. Gently bow the head towards the hands. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're feeling all right. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to get in touch. It's always nice to hear from you. As I've said in my last email to the group, I would love to send you guys a Christmas card. So if you haven't done so yet, please send me your address, your postal address. And yeah, fingers crossed, we're going to have some more news soon. So while it's still a little bit up in the air whether gyms and fitness studios can reopen, they can reopen, but technically, unless we are in a tier 1 or tier 2 sort of class level, we wouldn't be allowed to hold group classes. So depending on where that's going, what the announcements are. I'm going to see if I can get an update from the Age Exchange, whether we might be able to practice again in person. Until we can, though, we will continue our videos. So fear not if you are enjoying them. I certainly am, and it gives me great pleasure to know that you are too and that you're making use of them. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, please let me know. If not, I will see you guys again next week. Bye.